wants to start this? Because last time I sounded like a fool.
Okay, are we actually gonna try and like pick a topic and stick to a topic?
Yeah.
Because I was talking about some wild shit at work. We've kind of discussed this because we always talk about like space and shit.
Yeah, I'll just
like so we can talk about anything, like general topic, space. But we were talking about time. And just like
we're going down a fucking wormhole.
That's okay, dude. So I was talking about how like how obviously time is not linear.
Mm-hmm.
It's relative. Mm-hmm. And I was like what the fuck was I saying? People were just standing, they were like jaws dropped. They were like, what the fuck? Cuz I was talking about dreams. Like we were talking about
Oh yeah.
like my idea of dreams and how it's like you weren't there, but I was talking about how like if
really
time's not linear, you know how you have like dreams in a similar setting with different people or different occurrences. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what if like, and so like I said, they're reoccurring setting. I'm like, so what if that's just another day in another existence, and when you sleep, you're like asleep here, but you're living in another dimension. And then people.
And that's why time. That's why even like if like you're not you sleep and have a dream, it doesn't feel like a whole like life and shit.
Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, that'd be some wild shit.
Yeah.
Because like there will be stretches where like the same people will pop up in my dreams over and over, and I like no fucking reason. Like I don't talk to them, I don't see them, I don't think about them, but they're in my dreams, and I'm like, the fuck.
You ever had that dream that like continues the story? Like you fell asleep
That's
last week, and then then next.
And
week,
if time's not linear, what if that's just another day?
Mm-hmm.
And that dream could be 3 weeks
realm.
later,
Yeah.
but I was like, damn. I was tripping when I thought of that.
Bro, I'm tripping thinking about it now. But to be honest, it reminds me of, say, somebody who believes they play a video game and they make their character in there and literally, essentially, say people live in this game. They literally, people throwing away their lives. That's what it sounds like to me.
Like some Black Mirror shit.
Well, I thought about
that.
I thought about that when I was a little kid. Like
it's like a connection to another world.
I was playing
like
Madden. When I was a kid.
Just a Madden game in another universe.
No, I was playing Madden. And I was like,
that would suck.
That would suck.
No eating or anything. Just always doing something.
Sorry.
But I was like, what if, like, I was maybe like
I'm a cactus
11,
in New Mexico.
And I was like, what if that's a reality somewhere? Like how we watch football games?
Yeah.
What if that's like
Stranger Things, the
reality?
Underworld? Dude, what I'm thinking is like it's like the Upside Down. It's like a version of us, but like just you're connected to that channel at sleep of this character. Like literally, when this character sleeps, this character wakes up.
Yeah.
That's why it's recurring dreams, because literally, when this character sleeps, you wake up again.
Yeah.
And it's just like a few things leak over on both sides.
Yeah.
It's like a dream for you. And over there, they're like,
yep.
who the fuck is Dayron?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like when I was talking about dreams, like what if we're just sleeping in another reality, and this is
that could be a movie idea,
reality.
Bro.
But
that could
I
be
was
a
actually
movie.
gonna make a comic because you know you guys watch Gargoyles, right?
I haven't seen that one. I literally only saw like one.
Basically, they turn to stone at dawn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was gonna make a story like when they turn to stone, when they dream, they live a normal life, not like a beastie form. You know what I mean? It would just like capture both stories. You know what I mean?
Is it kind of like Shrek 2 or Shrek 1? I know. I know.
What the fuck is Shrek 2, bro?
Yeah, right.
Sorry. No, Shrek 1 where Fiona, the princess, turned into the ogre at night.
That
was like
true.
at night.
Yeah.
Oh. Who's stupid now, jackasses? Who's Shrek 2?
Still you.
Okay. Well, first off, sorry that I went there. Sorry. All right, first. Flipping you all up. But yeah, so like Shrek 1. But no, that's cool though. Right. I didn't know that. Oh, that would be cool if the gargoyles did live, but I thought they were just statues.
No, they weren't. But I'm just saying, like, you know how we're talking about dreams. Like, when they go hard enough, they live a different life in that dream.
That'd be kind of cool.
I was just saying, like, a continuation.
You know what's fucked up? I really want to write a book that's good enough to be a show that I want to see.
Because I'm writing.
That's really what I want at the end.
Yeah.
Because I'm writing 2 books, and I thought that it'd be neat. Like, I'm not big into like reading science fiction or writing like fake shit, but I always think that it would be
cool.
I always think that it would be neat to write like some science fiction, like some crazy like time, like that, like alternate reality, like time shit. And
you're not constrained on anything. Like
if
you're dealing with time, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You don't have
and nobody can say that's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's
I
abstract writing.
mostly know why I don't want to write facts, like a non-fiction book, because I would have to know enough about the reality of it, of whatever world.
Oh.
have any
somebody's
world
coming
and be
No,
like,
the grandkids are over.
oh yeah, that's not how science works. I'm like, oh fuck, well, all right. Well, in this fictional
Well,
world,
it's like
it works like this. You say your attack before you do it.
Not that I want to rip it off, but it's like Rick and Morty. Nobody can say anything in Rick and Morty is not
Yeah,
correct.
it's
It's
like
whatever.
Infinite universes.
Yeah,
And it could be. It makes
Kind of
you
like
think
Marvel.
It's like, damn,
They
like, this could be
went into
real.
quantum physics. They
Yeah.
can't argue anything.
Right.
Dude, speaking of Marvel, so we were talking about Disney Plus last time.
And thrust.
Yeah, Disney Plus and Thrust, or Disney Plus and Bust. Trademark pending on that.
No, dude.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Disney,
I'm throwing
don't-
it out there.
Dion, shut the fuck up. Disney might listen.
For real, they'll cancel everything.
No, that's why you got that tape on there, man.
Dude,
Nobody
that
can
mouse-
see it.
That mouse has got brass knuckles underneath them gloves.
Why don't I have a subscription anymore? Like, what the fuck? Don't mess me up.
Somebody's got to give me their Disney Plus, like their fucking
Dude, why?
account
They're hacked?
because
The gas station told me they keep hacking them, and then they're selling the account for $11 online.
Because
I was like,
the Proud family is getting they're rebooting it. I was like, duh.
Oh wait, is that what like Penny is?
Yes,
Yeah,
bro, they're
oh,
rebooting
yeah,
it
yeah.
for Disney Plus. I
Hell
was like,
yeah.
the fuck? I just saw it on Instagram like today, and I was like,
what was the dad's name? He was the funniest dude. He was
bro,
always a
no,
dad.
that little Mexican dude, Pepe or Poppy or whatever the fuck his name was,
I don't remember him.
Oscar. That's the
Oh
dad.
yeah.
I'm smart.
Dude, Dion, this could be like a perfect horror movie. All I need is like one room to
Thank you for giving me that visual. Now when I'm here alone in the dark, I'm gonna be like,
Well, if you want, we can just tie you.
Bro,
in
I'm
with
just
your
saying.
closet.
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, that's where he
we
would
can
be
make.
That's our podcast, torturing Christian.
Bro, we can make
That's
a
where he
cool
would be
short. We
comfortable
can
because
make a
that's
cool
where he's still
short here,
living
like a
in the
Halloween
closet.
shit. Dude, you got enough corners to light this bitch up. This place could be a good horror short.
We'll set up the mic in there
Science fiction
and
book.
not feed you, and we'll just like see how long you can last.
Plan is forming. I like it. I like it.
I
I'm
recorded
joking.
one
No,
podcast.
no.
It's a
Hell no,
full-on
that's
You do that
director.
shit next week.
No.
Just kidding.
Bro, I know someone that's serving an internship at in LA at is it Warner Brothers?
Damn.
I think Warner Brothers. They asked him to do his internship there, like as a director.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Is
that's-
that the blue one.
Yeah.
6 milligram.
Cool, man.
Put away that
Dude,
ecstasy.
that shit tastes so good, right?
Yeah.
They're what the
Delicious.
nicotine patches
Christian
again.
just
Fuck.
put one.
Dude.
No, that's
dude.
the, no. I'm not gonna.
I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
make
not
you
gonna.
do it.
No, look it. I know you love me, but don't make me put things in my mouth.
Oh, love is a strong word. But you're okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm a
I'm just
conquest.
All right.
So what about space and time? And by the way, you skipped our intro.
We'll record that shit next time.
No, we won't. No, we won't. At this
We can
point,
record it
nobody's
at
gonna.
the end. We can
No,
just
I don't
do,
give a
like,
shit about who
separate
you are.
recording.
I don't know who you are. You just your door was
Everybody
unlocked.
knows who we are. They've listened to an episode now.
Yeah, but we also
nice
did say
story,
our
bro.
names in that one. If you heard the podcast.
But
You know.
I mean, everybody knows the facts. You're gay, and that's all they need to know.
That's an old St. Thomas term. But actually happy.
That you're gay. That you're gay and Asian.
What is it? What? Wow, damn it! What movie? Oh, Blue Streak, where the guy was like, "I just know is that he's gay." Gay! Oh, it was Dave Chappelle. Yes, and I think Martin Lawrence was about you gay. Martin Lawrence was like, "I am sick of this." Ah! Oh, I fucking love
Remember he
that.
was like putting that shit on his dick? He was watching him.
He was like, "Man, I'm gonna rip your tongue off." Look
I
at my
figured.
balls.
I'll take your eyes
Two
out.
of them,
It'll make you watch them shits or something. Or what? I forgot what he said. Something.
Dude.
Travis Scott
Dude,
shit, man.
that shit was funny.
Captain's Jack.
These guys are doing drugs on the side of us, and we're having a good topic here.
Okay, so time, space, what else?
And Dave Chappelle.
That's all you need to go in the rocket.
I'm trying to think what else we were talking about. We were talking about like alternate reality
TSD.
and
That sounds like a
time,
drug.
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah, for real.
I don't remember like.
Because
we
you
were
got
talking
into
about-
dreams as far as
Oh, well, I was
relative time.
talking. Then I was talking about like Andy Weir's theory, like the egg.
Andy Weird.
Andy Weir.
Weird.
Oh, I was gonna
So
say.
the egg theory is that we're all human existence is one person,
Okay.
I can
and we
see
all
that.
just live as every single person before us, within like this current existence, and everybody after us.
I can believe that because like they showed the universe and then your brain like a side by side picture of, like the neurons and all that stuff, the nerves, and it looks just like the universe just like a more advanced brain
Yeah.
basically.
So yeah, that.
What
that
if,
theory's out
on
there.
real shit,
And we're just cells.
what if we were
You know
just
what I
like
mean? We're running
wireless
around.
connections to something else? Like another you somewhere else. Like we were wirelessly connected to this
Well, I
person's
mean-
subconscious in a different world. Because obviously we're not connected.
Like,
Then
there's
strings is
alternate.
like
I mean, I believe
today.
that there's like a plethora of like myself living out different existences, living out different paths, completely different paths. Like have you ever felt like, damn, like I was made to do this shit, but you're just like not like in like within this current existence, like where we're at right now. Like you might be at home, like, and you might be like, damn, like you might watch some like award show on TV for music and be like, dude, you know how fucking dope it would be to like I could do that shit, but you can't sing. Like,
but so you'll be the producer.
But it's like, but you know
Reverse
that like,
Ed
you
Sheeran.
could, like, but you know that you have like that entertainment and like you could be that kind of
What
personality.
about the daydreaming is? You know how you completely zone out when daydreaming?
Yeah, dude, that'd be some wild shit.
Yeah, well, these are all
into,
awesome.
yeah.
Like
narratives,
you're like
opinions,
basically
theories.
like looking through like a
I
glass.
hate that.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the world is knowing that we
Yeah,
don't know
see?
everything, so anything could be possible.
That depresses me though.
It
That we
does,
don't?
but that
Like no, like oh, do you hear this news story about they found this giant black hole out there now that's like completely changing
I
like the
seen
laws
it,
of
but I
physics?
didn't read the article.
Like they said that this is not supposed to exist. Like the size of it, they're like it's not supposed to exist. They're never supposed to get this big. So they're trying to. So like all like the theories of physics and shit, whatever fuck you know. I don't know. It's too smart for me. But yeah,
2 plus
but I'm
2
just
plus
saying
2
like you know
equals
it's
4
to find all that
Yeah.
they know like within all that shit. So like
Yeah.
they're like trying to scramble like figure out what the fuck is going on. So like it's like we're about to learn something completely new.
Yeah.
So and it's like that's the universe, bro. Like I'll never understand it completely.
Yeah.
And that makes me sad.
Yeah,
Like
but
thinking
think
that there's so much infinite fucking knowledge.
Yeah. Think about all the people that study and do that for years and they die, and just to know that their research was all for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the I get what you're saying. Like,
You know what?
these people worked or hold like lives for that.
Yeah.
And
If
it's
I
just
were in
like
their shoes-
in a click of
Right.
Man, if I were in their shoes, I would accept that if I tried, like, if I was smart enough to have at least discovered some sort of theory that revolutionized the way we thought before, as of now in my lifespan, I would have thought, oh, after I die, they'll figure it all out real soon, real quick, and then I'll be like, it was worth it with this fool. If I die and I was like that, I want to think like that. Even though it's like they were nowhere near close.
Yeah.
I would rather just, if my battery's out before the fucking timer could go, I was like, well, I want to say that I was at the end.
Yeah.
Unless they got like, oh, see, now you're on the outside of the game, so you can see on the mirror over here. And you're like, oh, fuck! I was like,
So that's what we were talking about too, not to cut you off. Kind of same topic we were talking about. Me and my buddy were talking about like AI and shit, and like how close we think it is. And I was like, dude, like I think serious like AI takeover is. He was like, I don't know, like 200, 300 years. I'm like, dude, I think it might be like within like the century.
No,
Dude, think about 2000.
I say 150.
No, think about the year 2000, right? We were 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah.
And think about like technology, and then you look at 2000 to 2010, and then you look at just 2010. Think about like the cell phone you had and the technology that you had in 2010. Because we were old enough, we were like 18, 17. And then think about what you have accessible to you already now.
Right.
9, 10 years later. Dude,
we were
like
the first year with laptops.
Yeah.
See,
we literally got introduced.
Not every
to it.
high school has that shit now.
Yeah.
What I'm understanding is it's kind of like when they invented the car, and then they invented a lot of new shit in about 15 years with that car. That being said, building an entirely different
but think
intellectual...
But look at what they did with cars and stuff with the limited technology that they had, and look at what they're doing now. They're trying to making cars that drive on their own. Like
it's true, but they're trying to make essentially how do I say organic a life is with the technology only, and that shit I feel is way more complex than just connecting math and making more features than what we ever had before. Actually making something that can theoretically Terminator us, I think that's about 150-ish years or close to 200 because that's recreating really, really, really in-depth, like Ultron shit.
I said like within the next 100.
I say 100. I
think
say over
we're,
100.
like,
Under
decades.
100, I think we're going to have a smartwatch that's like can go into like multiple pieces of glasses in your house. On real shit, like they can go like, all right, let me just watch this on my fucking picture frame that's also a 4K HDR.
It's like you look at...
That's all the apps.
So
We'll get Iron Man 1 tech.
That's some Iron Man shit. Hell yeah.
We'll get Iron Man 1 tech in 200 years.
Like we were mad young, we didn't understand what was going on. But like in '99, like I went back and like watched videos and shit and like read articles about it. Like the whole freak out with like Y2K, like they didn't know if computers were gonna be able to And now
Yeah,
it would be like, oh, big
Right.
deal, like whatever.
Do you ever?
I mean, so then we were talking, and you had referenced Joe Rogan, and he was talking about like chimpanzees or where they are like on their evolutionary process.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like in the Stone Age.
They're in the Stone Age right now, yeah. Like,
So I was telling my buddy, I'm like, what if in like, say, you're 150 years.
Yeah, I'll give it.
I mean, that's nothing when you think
That's
about
what
it.
I'm thinking.
But no, you're good. So I was like, what if it wasn't AI to kind of jump, you know? But what if like chimpanzees once they hit their evolutionary like where we're at now, what if they take us over and like drive us out of Earth, and then like we have to go to another planet, and then because we were talking about like what if we're aliens, like what if we're the aliens here? What if we did that and we don't know what our ancestors
Right,
did?
but
And we drove something else somewhere.
Well, why wouldn't we keep evolving along as they are? So like
The reason
I mean, you
the
peak
reason
at a
I
certain
feel
point.
like no, the reason I feel like we can answer that one is how do you say? Yeah, you're plateaued when you work out. You're like at a stump. You need to try something. Like
you
the system.
You peak.
So essentially, you say you peak, but what I'm thinking is because at this level we're intellectually thinking we're on the right path already. So not enough people as a whole, you know, the species thing is doing enough of a change to make a really big
I
important.
thought it was
that
with
makes sense.
cooked food. I thought that's why we changed.
no,
I just
So
feel
the
like,
chemical
yes.
compounds in our brain.
Yeah, well, the reason why we're able to talk, why we're able to develop like what we have with our brains, is
Yeah.
because brains like
It's like
double the
tipsy
size.
ass talk, but I'm just.
But like look
curious.
at
I thought
look at
that's what
chimps,
it
like they
was.
can teach them like sign language and
Yeah.
shit, and look at the stuff that they do. Like
No,
in our
that
Stone
makes-
Age,
and then
people were
farming.
not fucking.
Yeah, but no, you guys make a good point about the whole plateau thing though too, because like our evolution is caused by what? It's change of environment. You know what I'm saying? It's adapting to the environment.
we
essentially,
keep
right?
building the world.
But since we've never experienced something that is us, these apes that are evolving would experience something like us, so they'd know how to start
Yeah.
evolving past that.
Past us, and what if they like drive us out of Earth, and then like we go somewhere like
Yeah, but then
I'm
that makes
hearing-
sense. That makes sense because then they take over, we get phased out.
that's what I'm
And the
saying.
next evolution of apes needs to start evolving.
Yeah.
It's gonna take millions.
anything-
and
Because
millions
they have
of
the
years,
strength, and then they
overtake
start getting
them.
the
So
knowledge.
it's like a never-ending circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of humans
But
in
you-
this
Oh,
scenario
gorillas
would
are
be-
walking around like super smart, bro. It was done.
Bro, the way the
That's
story's
what I'm
being
saying.
told,
Yeah,
is
Like
bro.
some Planet of the Apes
humans
shit.
would. Yeah, that's what I was already thinking. Is like humans will at this point in this version of the story, either we die out in
They
space
start drinking
completely,
coffee,
Some
bro.
bunch of
or we
boring-looking
go to a
apes.
planet that can sustain us, and
Gorilla
whatever
gets
new
their hands
aliens
on
come from
Starbucks,
us
bro, it's
is
over.
remnants of humans.
They're
Like, humans could have been the same thing of something else before.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we could have
So
been
what
from
if
like.
what if we drove them?
Exactly. It was like, if this theory existed, what if we're just like what came of this shit from the last aliens that ended up here after they were kicked out of their
'Cause
planet? Because
We
these
don't
new
know what
monsters,
was here.
new
Yeah,
monsters could be
exactly.
ancient
There could have been
humans.
people. There could have been
Ancestors of these
people like
monsters
us.
could be fucking humans.
here.
Dude, that alien shit is so like.
But
Think about
that's
what I'm saying. Think about the. No, I'm saying it's so interesting. Think about the fucking pyramids. Like I don't remember the
Dude,
numbers and shit,
it's
but they're talking about how
fucking
it's
wild.
impossible for the amount of time it took them to do it.
Well,
that's how long it would have taken.
Dude, I watched.
They're like
some
it's
shit-
impossible to make it in this amount of time.
One
How the
night-
fuck do they do this? With
Yeah,
the technology they
like
have?
you know those nights like you fall asleep on the couch and TV's on. So
Every night.
it was fucking like infomercials, and I'm flipping, and PBS was on, and they were talking about the pyramids.
PBS is the
It's
shit.
like 3:00 in the morning. They were talking about the pyramids, and I didn't
Bullshit,
realize
yes.
like the fucking detail behind it. Like you just think, oh, they just took bricks and boom, boom, boom. Dude,
We were always
so
hard workers.
the engineers, like the like higher, people and whatever, they were the engineers, and the way that all the stones are carved out exactly,
Yeah.
and how they did it, like you said, the time. There's no way. So what they did is they had a rope, and the rope level was the level.
Yeah.
They had 2 sticks and a rope, and then they would take okra, and they would put a little mark, like on any high spots, and they would ground the entire thing. Every square centimeter of every brick was ground to fit okay, this one's gonna go here. This one's gonna. How the fuck? Like the time,
Man,
dude. That would
yeah.
take fucking.
You know what I think?
Forever.
They have
It
to
is?
have some laser guns.
Bro, I think
It would take you forever to
I
do that shit. It takes them.
feel like
Even
math.
now,
How long
yeah.
to build building?
I feel math. Honestly, it sounds weird, but I think if anything, math to them at that point was way different because it was well enough to build what they needed to sustain their life.
What does that mean in terms of how they even got it there, though? Because
Sometimes
these things weigh tons.
not
And
denying
but
it.
they had to. They didn't just like have them all there and start stacking.
And they had
to
camels,
pull
like,
them
they couldn't-
hundreds of miles away from where they got it from, and the time amount for them to cut it out.
With just manpower.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do. Yeah.
At this point, your theory makes sense. It just sounds good, but again, we're just going off the idea that technically, based on history, there was no aliens actually doing it. Based on what that's it.
Yeah, but hieroglyphics though.
The possibility
they look like they're
is
worshiping something.
You ever see that one Aztec one, and it's this dude riding on something? It looks like something from Star Wars, or the long.
And it kind of comes full circle. That's what I'm saying. What if? And that's what I'm saying. What if there were people? What if there what? We don't know.
Yeah,
what if there was like technology?
Yeah.
What if we were not as advanced as we are now with math and stuff, but there was shit.
Yeah.
And we don't know. Like we drove that out as we evolved.
You know what I think another theory would be, just came in my head? What if it wasn't actually aliens? What if we actually, humans at that time, did actually have different abilities at the point that actually enabled us to do it?
That's what I'm saying.
But
What if they weren't aliens? What if they were like us? They don't have to be like this fucking movie, like this cinematic alien. It could have just been people with technology.
Yeah, because like...
We don't know.
Because all we know is our...
Wakanda?
No,
essentially what I'm hearing?
No, it's like, we know our form. We don't have any like, powers and shit like that. But like, what are you saying? What if there's people who like, what if there were us,
like Saiyans?
No, but they just had it. But like, he's saying that they slowly devolved to like have, or they just changed.
As
so
we
like,
evolve, outsmart, like you were saying, with you adapt to.
Like,
what
maybe being able to talk and communicate is a power, but like we think of that as just like, you know.
Well, that's like, have you ever seen the movie Arrival?
Yeah.
With the alien,
yes.
And their weapon is language.
Yeah.
Because they're always talking about like, so in Arrival they find these aliens and they're always like, they figure out their communication.
Yeah.
And they find out that they're talking about like weapons and shit. Mm-hmm. And then the one scientist or teacher, I think she's a teacher. Yeah. She finds out that
Pam on fucking
she finds out that weapons to them is language.
Yeah.
And they want to trade language with us.
Yeah.
So like what if, like, we don't know, like I said, it doesn't have to be this crazy fucking like extraterrestrial like ET.
I like all these Men in Black theories.
It could just be a person. And we just evolved past them and they went somewhere else. Because we were talking about like Mars and shit, and this might have been I think this was a hot minute ago, but like they found water on Mars.
Yeah.
If there's water, there's life somewhere.
I do believe aliens, an alien life form is somewhere out there. Just because it's no way.
There has to be other life.
Oh, it's impossible that there's not.
That's what I was just thinking. I'm like
what if we just jumped from Mars to Earth because it was suitable at the time?
And
we lost all our technology and had to restart again.
It's like that.
We're on Earth and they jumped.
You know what? You know what would be crazy to me is if a lot of other life forms, they don't know about us either. It's literally just so big that everyone has like their own playground to the point where it's so fucking big that they can't even reach other neighbors. That's how big their playground is of this universe. So they don't see shit. I wonder if it was like this 20,000.
What power out there made all this possible? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think we're just on a giant board of like white that can like it's like a white sheet of paper or something.
There,
bro, it's more like just like giant like.
All I'm saying is that if the Earth isn't flat, why are our shoes flat?
Who made it?
Shut up! Get out!
I'm not saying the Earth is flat. I don't believe it.
Just bent off that.
I'm just saying, why are our feet or why are our shoes flat if the Earth isn't flat?
That makes no sense, bro.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I read that somewhere and I thought it was funny, so I always say it when people are like, the Earth can't be round. I'm like, just think about it, man. I'm like, and then people are like, you a flat earther? I'm like, don't worry about it. But I'm not. I'm not though.
He is.
No, I'm definitely not.
Maybe.
No.
Yes.
You can see the curvature in the Earth when you fly.
Don't defend your don't play it both sides. I'm
not playing. I'm playing devil's
advocate.
Giving you
shit. What's funny?
Yeah, I mean that's because I give you shit. What is that, plum?
Bro, don't hate on Trulies.
Guava?
Don't hate on Trulies.
Fucking guava.
It's my fruit sweet.
What's that stinky smelling fruit in Brazil or some shit? What the fuck's it called? It's like a delicacy down there, but it smells like shit.
A fruit and...
It's a fruit.
And smoothie?
No, it's South America.
Papaya smells like feet, bro.
No, bro.
Pina coladas?
No, this is...
Pina colada's not a fruit, dude.
He said fruit and smoothie. I'm just like, it's alcohol.
The durian.
Yeah.
The durian fruit.
Sounds like diarrhea.
It's like a delicacy where fucking
diarrhea.
Malaysia, that's what it's.
It looks like a lychee.
A little bit, but
A beach?
What does it look like?
It looks like a dinosaur egg, bro.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, damn. And it's spiky as shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't eat that.
You can't eat that shit like.
Oh, it's a delicacy, but it smells like shit.
Alright.
That's fucked up. That's probably a defense mechanism
Yeah.
involved. So, listen, I don't like it.
Well, there's
eaten
people
so
that
bad.
eat that fish that can kill them. It's like poisonous if you don't have the right chef.
Right.
Oh,
I forgot what it's called.
blowfish.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
blowfish.
yeah,
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 it's
yeah,
blowfish.
pufferfish.
Blowfish is one of the
Oh,
Isn't that the same shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they both expand.
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
get frightened.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like there's like
Yeah, they
one
just
like
eat
little
that shit,
thing
like-
in it. Like if you don't take it
Yeah.
out during the preparation.
Yeah, you have to be certified. Like, you
Yeah.
just
And
you
even
have
then,
it. Your,
like,
it's
those
illegal to actually serve it. Like,
Yeah.
Think about just cooking it like I could kill somebody.
Dude,
You know like what?
so my,
Technically,
so,
anybody can cook, and like I could kill somebody.
Oh,
I
like
got rat poison. I
salmonella.
was like, I got rat
That's
poison.
my last meal if I ever like am put on death row
Yeah.
for some shit.
Running
I'd
too
be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, give me the
For
best,
real.
give me the best fucking pufferfish like chef in the world.
I'll be
They
like,
wouldn't do
no,
it for
I would get
fucking
the worst
prisoner.
one and just die right there.
Oh my god. Give me this shit.
I ain't trying to get shot. Oh, they don't do that anymore. They
I'm
do
gonna
anything
say,
else.
literally, you want your last meal to be a pufferfish? Like, you know what? Why not?
Like what?
I would get a
what
live
do I
What's
do?
octopus.
that shit be the worst thing? He's
that's
like,
remember how
that
they
thing
kill Epstein.
Oh no,
I'll
let's
order-
not
I'll
get
Again,
order-
into that.
pufferfish, bro.
Let's not
But
get
they
into
told him, listen, don't take the fin out.
I'd order a live octopus and just let it like
Oh my
tentacles
God.
just choke me out from the inside.
Like Old Boy, that dude ate a live squid. Just that thing was literally still.
Who?
This South Korean movie was a while back, but one scene that was like really controversial was because he actually grabbed like a fucking squid. It's supposed to be cooked and killed, but he grabbed a live one and just like he just swallowed it, and it was still alive, like crawling around his mouth. He's like
On the back of his head, he's just like.
he just ate it like nothing.
Throwing it.
He ate it like
It's
nothing.
like alien, it just pops out of his stomach.
Shits it out and it's still alive, bro. Like, damn, they're
Bro, that shit
advanced,
was-
bro.
Bro, but I was like, oh, they're weird. They eat it like that. I found out you're not supposed to because that shit can grab to the back of your throat. Like, still,
Yeah.
it's still alive. I was like,
Hell yeah.
holy shit.
Those
he
suction cups, man.
He just did it as a movie thing. I was like,
I'm gonna get some squid shreds next time you guys come over. I'm
Fuck
going to
you.
the store.
You're
Oh,
getting-
live life
you
on
ever
the
had
edge.
them?
bro.
Oh, no. Have you ever had them?
no,
It's
it never
shredded, dude. No, I'm gonna go to the Asian store tomorrow.
We want them
You want some of
live.
that?
Right here.
Yeah, and the Oriental store.
Oh,
Yeah, I take
fire.
that cut. I gotta check that out.
I used to go in there with my grandma. You off tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let's go.
In the morning?
Wait, this one or the one by phone?
This was my weekend.
No, the one right here.
Yeah,
Leon's.
right.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
across the street. Yeah.
Not left.
It's Frank's.
Maybe right.
Right. Yeah, by Uncle
bro,
Frank.
Uncle Frank's.
Uncle
stuff.
Frank.
Yeah, listen to this jargon here.
Let's start talking about UFC. You don't want me him doing that.
Bro, there's a lot of news.
Conor, right?
Tony Ferguson.
That's it. Oh my God.
El
Oh,
Kakui.
they're
Everybody.
hot.
They segued themselves into UFC.
Anything can turn back to
Bro,
UFC, bro. We
fuck
can turn anything.
bro.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody should have brought Budweiser.
Adopting
Man. I
cats.
could have took a
Oh,
picture
let's
of the
see how that
bottle with
goes
my
to
proper
UFC.
12 bottle.
Coors Light. Coors Light, cause Budweiser won't pay me nothing. It's UFC night all the time.
I'm sorry.
Joe
No,
Rogan.
dude. So my buddy, you know Alexis.
Yeah.
You ever meet him?
No.
Dude, he's
Alexis,
coming
Texas.
back December 26th through the 30th. Me, you, and him. We're gonna scam your microphone and shit, and we're gonna do a UFC podcast.
Hell
Me,
yeah,
you,
I'm
and
down as
him.
fuck.
You guys can show up, but we're gonna fucking
Okay,
do our
you're
own
just gonna
shit,
borrow
'cause-
my shit and not
yeah,
invite
just
me.
leave.
But no, he knows a shitload, dude, and I want to I'm gonna
We'll
sit down
see.
and talk.
We'll
no,
see.
we're gonna do it.
We'll see.
There's no we'll see. Fuck that shit. We said we'll see about this podcast too long, and then
See
Christian
you
called me
soon,
up.
boy.
Hey Israel, why you say I see you soon, boy?
Sign that fucking paper. Sign that fucking contract. And then give me that fucking boy.
Okay, that's it. We're done. We're
We're
done.
done.
We're done. I'm sorry.
Nerds.
Nerds.
We're the nerds.
So
We're
the new
drinking
Star
fucking
the new
blood
Star Wars
alcohol.
video game is the shit. I'm just kidding.
I gotta play that shit.
Damn, Dion, I forgot you don't fucking play any
don't
video
play video
games.
games,
Hell
man.
no, man.
Tian don't play.
He doesn't play any.
He don't watch Star Wars. He don't do nothing.
He probably
I'm
misses the
whack.
Connect.
How's my best
Probably
friend?
All I
No
do is
fucking
watch the
idea.
hub, bro.
Yeah, some guy
Stay
in
on the
Colorado.
hub.
There you go.
Damn.
That's all you need.
He's like, there's
Bro,
only one
that's-
analog stick
that's a-
I like. I don't know where to And it got buttons at the bottom.
I don't even go like this. I don't even go like this. I just.
Dude, it's like virtual reality. I feel like I'm really invested in this. This feels personal. Every game's personal.
We gotta get a game night though. Like for real.
When I
Bro,
dude,
Get the new systems that are coming out.
Dude, I played, I played Smash
One
Bros.
recording the TV and one recording our reactions.
Bro, I played Smash Bros. with my
You could do
nephews
Twitch, yeah.
yesterday. We should have a Smash Bros. night. Drinking Smash Bros.
No,
Mario
no,
Kart.
it's the game.
Smash. Sorry. Okay. You know what?
You put his hands together too.
No.
A Smash Bros. Night.
Dude, you know what? I've said that worse.
We show up. There's no game system.
There's just an oiled mat.
No. Who the fuck in that fight?
What I meant was Super Smash Bros. for the Nintendo Switch. But
We're all
I say
gonna be
that
playing
wrong
Smash
all
Bros.
the
Chris
time.
is gonna be the corner like this. My dream
My
finally
hands
reality.
My hands will always be dripping baby oil. Like this, that's to make it creepier. It's like, yeah.
Can't grip the controller.
He's like,
Suck.
he don't need to. He just needs to grip the
I was
one
like,
analog
he's like,
stick.
he's like, I can't play. I can't
why
play
his
till my
hands
hands
got-
are soft.
You get the controller from him. It's
Ready
just
Player One. Like, what the fuck?
Bro, we should watch that movie.
It's a
The
good
movie was alright.
I have it.
Movie was alright.
I never seen that one actually.
It's alright. It's quite alright.
We'll give Christian
Talk
some
about
nicotine.
realities.
He'll pass out, and we'll watch some Ready
What was
Player
cool
One.
is they had a Gundam in there. That's what made that shit cool.
Yeah.
I was like,
What,
oh,
RPO?
Godzilla.
yeah.
And Tracer.
RPO?
Huh?
RPO?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, Power Rangers?
That makes it sound way nerdier when you call it RPO.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh shit, you're on a different level.
When I tell people about that movie, I'm like, bro, RPO, man.
I saw the ones in
They're like,
Vegas.
what? And they think you really know what you're
I
talking
fell
about.
asleep.
Christian.
Hmm.
Are you a brony?
Baroni.
Just gotta ask.
Bro, I don't like horses.
What?
You know what brony is? Yeah, you know what
I don't
brony?
know what that is.
I think-
Dude, grown ass
that's
men
your
who like
brony.
are obsessed with My Little Pony.
You know what's funny? I wonder if that
Oh.
applies to women too. Like grown women who just like are way past that age
Oh, it's
demographic.
brony, bro.
I'm curious
It
if
was made for girls, so whatever.
it's kind of like furries. I don't know the full community, but I was.
That's some
told-
weird shit.
I have a couple coworkers
Furries,
who do
they
it.
dress up in like costumes and just fuck each other.
No, they don't.
Are you
no, they
serious?
don't. No, they don't. I have.
He's an expert here, fucking.
The reason-
Educate me,
Yeah,
baby. Educate me, baby oil.
The
Let's
only
go.
reason I say that-
Baby,
my coworkers are. I got coworkers who are legitimate furries.
That's some weird shit.
It's
He's actually just talking about himself.
Yeah,
My coworker.
I have a fur
I
dinner.
actually got my
coworker.
I'm gonna blow you guys away.
Did you bring
They
it
have.
with you?
They have.
Wait, you're gonna. So wait,
I'm
you wanna
blowing you
play
guys away with
Smash Bros. Now
knowledge.
you're gonna
Let me
blow
throw you
us
some
all
knowledge.
away. What? You say some gay shit, bro.
Ignorant ass bitches. Let me throw you some knowledge.
You say some real suspect stuff.
They have things apparently like a fraternity. Yeah. So it's like if your name's Pasquale, your fraternity is Black Cherry.
Black Cherry.
Oh.
They literally have a
I don't like that name.
He just gave you
Give me
like
a better name. Give me a better name.
Fuck, no, that's
No,
your
you
name.
get
No,
your
no.
name now.
You never
You
love a
baby
name.
oil.
That's the new
No,
rule.
I don't like that name.
That's the new rule.
No, no.
So,
I'm
forever.
mad you come up with that name.
No.
One of you two.
I'll be
Give me the
Black
better
Cherry.
name.
Cherry. Actually,
Why?
he should be the
Why,
Black
Darren?
Cherry.
Why? Because
Time
he's
to pop
black?
Black Cherry.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Ew, what?
White possum. Let's go white possum.
Oh, I want to be the white possum.
Dude, those suits
Get all the
are no
Pikachu.
joke
I'm
either.
the
They're
whitest
like
person
fucking
here, so-
$2,000 for those fucking costumes or those whatever their skins. I'm not even kidding. They're like
You know the,
they treat
you know
that
the
shit
phrase.
like
He knows all the vernaculars.
no. They were trying to recruit me. I swear to God, on real shit.
Trying. His co-workers were trying. Those
I,
are air
I
quotes.
asked him this. I was like, "Isn't that where you guys just dressed up in costumes and banging? No offense." He's like, "That's what everybody assumed, but no, that is not what we're always about." I was like, "Wait a minute."
But
He
he
said,
said, "Oh,
exactly. I heard that too. He's like, always like, happens. I was like, ha! Okay. So you're saying there's more to this
so
thing.
normally they dress up and like hang out."
Yeah.
Without the
So they
fucking-
just
Yeah.
kick it?
They go to conventions. There's legitimate conventions that are super, because not a lot of people care about that shit, so that's why you just don't
Is
know
there
about
like one head like furry?
No.
Like,
I don't
like,
get
the
the
emperor,
Grandmaster.
like the Emperor Palpatine of furries
This
and
is-
shit?
That's the thing.
You know
Yeah,
what's
what,
funny? Cosplayers and furries don't get along. They legitimately don't get along. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, what
Because
the
Christian's
fuck?
a part of both communities. He's like, I gotta pick.
Well, first off, cosplayers, that's pretty much how you find the new models now at this point. They dress up as something nerdy and they get everyone's attention for like...
about this.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Well, that's how they you ever hear that,
do they wear
content
animal
furries, bro.
fur or is it fake fur?
Yes.
I don't know. That's literally... Dude, they
Put
pay
the
$2,000 into
costume
that
on.
shit. I don't assume anything in that thing is cheap.
They consume.
I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit. That's like, some people are like, yeah, I'm saving up for this one. I bought the arms and legs. I was like,
It's like Exodia.
I was like, it's like building that. I was like this. I was like, dude. I was
Once I'm
like,
complete, I'm about to give her the Super Saiyan. Go get all this.
right now, the current one of the best.
You got that part yet.
Right, yeah.
A current
That's the
esport
pitch.
guy. What is it? Fox? Sonic Fox? Have you guys ever heard of this guy? Like being a champion in Mortal Kombat, any fighting game, kind of year on year out.
Sonic Fox.
Yeah, Sonic Fox something. He is a
I know he's part of the
gay
furries.
That's
champion.
Christian.
He's a gay furry, and he always advertises
It
that.
sounds like Christian. Sonic Fox. He's not Baby Oil. He's Sonic Fox.
Just 1 minute. Collecting all the coins.
I feel like I'm in high school again. Fucking bullies shoving me between locker. I need to go to science, bro. Come on, I'm already failing. I don't want to fail for being late. I know you guys got good grades.
Can you fail a class for being late?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
Dude,
are you fucking for real?
Dude,
College.
me and Christian had a class together with
But that was high school.
Was it Resitech?
Oh God.
That was where the
He got caught cheating in the test.
Oh, that was awesome, bro. I didn't even. I spent all
He was
night
not slick
typing.
about it, bro. He was,
I was
in his
not.
fucking. He was in his backpack looking like
Dude,
this. Resitech just goes, "I'm gonna need your test."
Bro, I spent all night writing that into like my iPod Touch, and then literally get caught within 5 minutes. I was like, "Wow, I'm so stupid."
You're lucky I wasn't in that class. I'm annoyed. You would have heard it.
Dude,
It
that
was funny
was
as
a
fuck.
class where we heard some stupid ass shit from the younger grades because they said some man. I did not realize how fucking different sometimes like a class could be.
Oh
Even,
yeah.
just like because that was the only class I ever had with juniors at the time because we were seniors and man, they have some different ass thoughts and shit. I was like, oh fuck, they're fucking weird.
Shit.
Nick,
I
that was the
remember
guy who said the gay shit in that one. He's like, oh, it's okay if you just don't know if he's sucking your dick.
But it's by a guy you don't know.
You don't know it. I was like,
It's not gay.
I was like not talking to anybody already there. I was like, that is the gayest thing I've ever heard. And I try not to like, oh, yeah, that's gay. I was like, no, that literally is gay. It's like,
Christian would know.
you're the only one in the fucking hair tie right now, bitch.
You
have the hair tie.
You're the
Not
exact same one. We talked about
First
this
off,
look
I
like
said
a
you're the only
ponytail,
one
bro.
with the hair tie.
And
Not currently.
he probably edited that
Yeah,
part
yeah.
out, but when he came over, he was like, "Nice fucking headband." Like, he meant
I
it. He
remember-
was genuine, bro.
I remember that.
He's like, "Nice headband."
What a convenient story we've heard for the first time. Nice.
It's not fair
bitch.
that
You can't edit
control
it out
the
of our
editing.
brains.
Okay, you're not allowed to lie at that height. I thought elves are supposed to be truthful.
That's cute. I haven't heard a short joke ever.
Is it
You're the
because you're
first
too low
person.
to the ground? You don't hear the whispers of the ants?
No.
I was like, I can tell you right now when the next earthquake's happening.
Huh?
Can't let him do this to you.
It's okay. Dude, I've been getting him all night, bro. I got him at the Halloween thing. I blame him a lot. I'll give him a couple punches.
Alright, fair
It's
enough.
okay.
Fair enough.
You gotta make it look good.
You're like Deontay Wilder. It just takes one.
It just takes one. You gotta be
Your ass
perfect
beat
for
all fight.
You gotta be perfect all 10 rounds. I just gotta be perfect for 10 seconds.
Alright, fucking nerds. Let's talk about some nerd shit. Have you guys seen all that new shit Disney's doing?
Okay, boxing is not nerd. How do you say boxing is nerd shit? Then you're talking about Disney.
I know, that's kind of a
It's
joke.
like the sweet science. Science.
I don't think it was a joke. I think you were being serious, but it's okay.
What are they adding?
Have you
haven't
seen
seen
any of their shit?
I just
They
watched the
just
Mandalorian
added
the
to their
fourth
new lineup that they already announced before, which is a lot. They announced She-Hulk is getting a show.
Oh, I saw that.
The Proud Family.
Oh no, that's not that is technically Disney, but not the Marvel side because the shows now will
No, the
matter
Proud Family is
as
Marvel.
far as the movies. Like if you want to see the future movies when they come out in theaters, if you had not seen like the Daredevil of Disney in on the Plus, you might not know something when you watch the movie. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that's some fucked up shit. That's kind of narrowing. Like people either gonna have to watch
It's
this shit.
kind of
online.
sucked though. Now you gotta
Not
get invested in
exactly.
the show.
I was like before it was like
the whole.
Well, that's what was that?
Daredevil,
Marketing.
Punisher.
You guys are acting like you're not
Yeah.
gonna do it though.
Wasn't that what Agents
That's
of
the thing.
Shield
Though,
was?
it's like they're
Now we
smart.
have to get into
Like,
the
you're
You're
story.
the only one who
I'm
has
gonna be
it.
like,
What are all those shows that you already got from Marvel on Netflix?
I'm gonna be like, I don't know what
Agents
the
of
fuck's
Shield
going
and shit?
on.
No, none of that.
Yeah, they're cutting ties with those, and because the Disney Plus started their essentially new plan that let's try again, but with us doing it, which makes sense because technically Daredevil and like some other of the shows referenced it, but they never actually even looked like they even existed. the same.
Right.
It was like watching Green Arrow, and then assuming that was the same universe as Justice League. Like no, that was two different themes of type of shit. They just
I
don't
thought
connect.
Green Arrow was part of Justice League.
No. That's technically in the comics, but I meant the movie.
Oh.
See that like the show right now does not obviously exist with the movie.
But
so it's like,
it is though. It just in the show it's not.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like
That's so dumb. I think.
Yeah, right.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
that's
dude,
yeah. That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, I
Yeah.
thought it was.
fuck you. Get that shit away. Get that mid-teen bullshit away. But yeah. So now they're making the first time where it's the show is gonna actually matter to the movies, but it's because it's being made by the people who make the movies.
Right.
They're obviously trying to capitalize on the fact that Game of Thrones is gonna be gone now. That took like everyone's
true.
money for about a good 8 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Like nobody wouldn't stop.
It's still taking people's money.
It's still, but not as much, especially since the drop off at the very end.
Just for that bullshit fucking.
Don't say it. You know what?
I still haven't even seen it. I want to see it.
I want to see it now because it's all out.
Don't do it now.
You finish it. Yeah, you got to finish it now, but it sucks, bro. It sucks.
So,
maybe that's probably didn't.
You know what's funny?
All that character development gone.
They gave Game of Thrones essentially the anime ending, where usually sometimes when I was growing up, like that's one thing I expect from these endings. They're either good or they're fucking stupid, and that's just the end of the show. I was like, are you fucking for real? Yeah. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
That's what I felt like.
The guy was like, got my money. I don't give a fuck about this script.
See, that's what, but
they can be all butthurt.
That's why Netflix is doing The Witcher. Doing The Witcher.
That shit's gonna be so dope.
That's it. That shit looks really cool. But they're making the Lord of the Rings show too.
No, they're not. On Disney?
No. That's Amazon.
It's kind of like some.
I got that too.
Yeah. See, so Amazon's gonna be doing but what's good about the Lord of the Rings show is it's not at all gonna even be connected to anything you've already seen from
Lord of the Rings is my shit.
Only because I have a coworker who literally knows everything about Lord of the Rings. He's read it like 1,000 times, dissected every fucking paragraph. I was like, holy shit. And what the show is going to be about is, think of maybe 200 years before any of this shit happens. So Frodo and none of the things you know are even relevant. Whole new set of worlds. So
that's gonna be kind of cool.
That's what I said. Like, it's just like an entirely new conflict. Sauron might be in it, but in a different form. I'm sure they'll have some
callbacks to the original.
Like, if anything, Sauron didn't start off as that big old guy with the mace. If anything, he was like multiple different people through different lifespans. So it was like, he was literally reincarnated. It was one giant life for him.
He's the egg.
There you go. He literally just, every time he died, he came back as somebody new, but he was like...
the egg.
Or something. I'm sure I'm really far off on that, but that's how it's going to be. So the show's going to be completely on that type of shit that we don't have to... That's not how it is in the book. There's no book.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's a way to start a show, though.
Those books are hard to read, though. They're fucking.
He didn't get to finish. Sometimes he never finished it. He just wrote like details. This dude's this, that. This dude's that, and this is the ending. This is for this part, and he just put them on a book.
Try read Lord of the Rings. You'll feel like hella stupid. I'm just telling you. Yeah, just reading Lord of the Rings.
No, I can't read.
I tried to do the first chapter. I was like, hell no, I'm gonna watch the movie. Like, you feel...
Dude, you have to read The Hobbit? Oh, no.
You feel stupid when you read it. It's just... It's words that you're not accustomed to at all.
It's really tough. I haven't read a book in a really long time. I've read, like...
I always want to read. I always say to myself, I'm going to go start reading a fucking series, and I never do.
Dude, I would like to read some of my own...
They have the Game of Thrones series.
I was thinking about that. Dude, the last series I read was the Hunger Games ones. I just read them just because I was like, I like the movie, so I'm like, fuck, I
read the Lemony Snicket.
I like reading like self-help books more than actual like
that's
actual stories.
I read like self-help and like
shit that me personally, I've never found an interest in self-help. Not to say it's not like they're bad. It's more like that's not my genre. I know people do read.
Want to read a good
it's self-help. It's like I wouldn't even say self-help anymore because I don't like that term. I like reading books. It's kind of like reading a cookbook. You learn to make some good ass shit. I like reading books that you can take to the real world.
Yeah, but you know what? You just get, if anything, you just get a different perspective of how someone else thinks and functions.
Exactly.
And you might relate some of that shit to your life. Not even all of it, but little bits and pieces, and
you formulate your own thing.
It's like the whole theory. It's a whole theory. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to be in a room where people are smarter than you.
Exactly.
You gain more knowledge.
Yeah.
You may not apply it, but at least you know it.
And I take bits and pieces from different books and different people, and I don't just fixate on one person, one author, one ideal. I take part. I took a lot of parts from this book. I took parts from all types of books, and same with beliefs, how we were talking about time and space. There's certain people that know a lot of shit, but I don't just I'm not yo, Neil deGrasse Tyson knows everything about space. I'm gonna learn everything he knows. Well, I mean, I can't learn everything he knows, but take every one of his philosophies and every one of his ideals, and that's my thought process.
Right.
If you're doing that, then you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's my personal opinion. But that book, really good. Yeah, really good. He just talks about it helps you to realize bigger picture shit and just growing up and being your own person and all types of shit. Really good book.
That being said, I never said there was any. I seen no reason to. It's just more if I were to read a book, I care about is my interest as far as I'll eat food. So I'll eat the food that I like, as opposed to food that's just I can get.
Yeah.
People are advising.
It doesn't stimulate you, though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, okay.
But that being said,
that's all right,
I do because honestly, I take the same. I take the literal same advice, but I don't read from books. I get it since I used to work job to job. Every time I'm at fucking 10 new employees that were just suddenly my Monday to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdest individuals, and then like some of them happy here, some of them sad there, some of them are this, some of them that.
They're just moving books.
Right. Exactly.
Basically.
Literally, on real shit, I was like, this guy's an alcoholic, and I didn't know that, because his nose was always red, but I didn't understand until he said it. He's like, yeah, I'm a functional alcoholic. I was like, oh, everyone's telling me you're a fucking drunk, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to say anything about you, just your appearance. Maybe you could have a condition that I just don't know of, that everybody's got a story. Then he telling me that, and I'm like, oh, okay, so now they were right. Yeah. They were right. So that's something I learned, and then I met somebody else like that in my life. I'm like, okay, so then everything I learn now, I either get a form of, or like something that connects to it in my past from everybody I've met. Because again, they're just different books I'm knowing as I spend my work days with. So I was like, okay. But I could see the same thing with self-help books as far as like, because essentially it's what this person figured out, their view of life, and their philosophy can either help somebody else, or a part of it could, or none of it does. But the fact is they gave you the time of day. So I was like,
I think that's something that like this world just in general, just society needs more of that thought process as a whole. Because like I think the whole concept of like, jobs don't like it when like you get your resume and then they see like you've been like moving from job to job to job, They'll be like,
for me,
and I get the whole idea that the job wants someone that they can
stability,
like that'll stay with them, but fuck that, because jobs will get rid of you. You're expendable at any job. You give your 2 weeks notice, and most likely unless you go from there. So fuck that, you know what I'm saying? But like the thing is, like every time I've changed jobs is because I was moving up a peg on the ladder. Now it may not be a big jump at all times, but it was something better than the fucking peg I was standing on. So I'm just climbing up the ladder, right? Yeah. So when a job would be like, oh, I see you've you changed employment, this many times in this amount of years, and I'm like, in the way I see it, I'm like, I may have changed a lot of jobs while I was moving up, and all that. I know a lot of shit,
and you're doing it better because it's like, why would I stay at a company that's only giving me this amount? And I'm like, I just made a better move.
But besides that, I'm just saying in general, it's just like I know a lot of shit. I may not know how your job works. I may not be an expert on like what I gotta do at this job, but I bet you something from my past job, I'll know something that's gonna help me at this job. Because when I was working at Roundy's and shit like that, you have to learn if your machine breaks down, you gotta kind of know certain shit. Like it's just a simple battery something that's just a problem with that or a circuit. But and it's something you're gonna know a lot of. I don't know shit about cars. I don't know shit about any of that stuff. And I'm slowly learning more. But the job I got now, I know at least how to fix little shit. Or at least have an idea of what's wrong with a machine because I have experience from other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I think it's silly when jobs are like, they don't like that. They see that if you keep jumping job to job, it's like fuck that, man. That could be a person that maybe they are kind of shitty at keeping a job. Maybe they're just moving job. Like, I don't like this job. Fuck that, I'm gonna leave. Me, I was always just moving up somewhere what I thought was a better step in life. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I know some shit. Like I don't know a lot. I mean, I don't know shit, but it's like at least I have knowledge of other shit that could relate to possibly something in the job. For
sure. Well, that's crazy. Because when I was in the military, I didn't think I learned a whole lot going through A school and stuff. But then I got out and because all I studied was aeronautical shit, like planes, the mechanics of planes and everything. And then, I came out and I wanted to go to school for aeronautical study. And, but it was, the amount of knowledge that I took just from that. And, someone can say something and I'm like, oh, yeah, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing, A, B, and C on a plane. And I know that. And I'm like, damn, I still remember that shit. And now I know, about making drugs. I know about all different.
Okay.
I know what you're saying.
I love the military teaches us that.
Hey, but he worked. He's pharmaceutical.
Not when I was in the military. Now I'm in pharmacy, and it's now I have all that.
He actually does work with drugs.
Yeah.
Well, to Pasquale's thing, to be honest, that's literally been my life. I've always had a job since I was 18 because I technically started at McDonald's, but I did have a job for 2 weeks beforehand, unofficial, because I got paid on the table. It was a Vietnamese restaurant at my brother's ex-girlfriend. Literally, dude, nature didn't want that place to be running because it had I think they had a fire one night. I don't know. Now I'm thinking it was an insurance thing.
Oh, that's the one across from Walgreens, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's why they renewed it.
They had a fire, and then apparently not long after they were out of commission, the water broke the roof. Yeah. I was like, damn, they were just waiting for an earthquake on that exact spot. Right. But so that was my first job technically. But then I worked at McDonald's, then I worked at this other job, then I worked at this other job. But the consistent thing was, once I got sick of that job, I always made sure I wasn't bad enough to get fired. But when I find a new job I like, I apply. Sure. And then I got a job that paid me more. And that's kind of the formula I went for about since I was 18. People always gave me shit dude, if you don't work too long at a job, then it's kind of looking bad on you. I was like, okay, well, I really don't want to be at this job anymore, and this other job's paying me $1 more. Right. So I just I understand your logic, but this is literally doing it, and up to this point, it's been working for me. So I'm like, it's nothing wrong with it.
No.
I think you just gotta prove your worth. It's how you sell yourself on paper, because it's really stupid. Because if I worked at like 80 different jobs, I'm only putting the 3 important ones on my resume that are gonna be good enough for this job, and that did get me a job that I didn't think I could get.
The only thing that sucks about it though, man, never have vacation time. I swear to God, I always miss out right before my vacation time.
You know what's fucked up? I got vacation time after 3 months on my current job. Starting in December, I'm gonna have 2 weeks off.
Oh, see, that's nice.
Like legitimately not gonna be able to work.
Before I get actual week vacation.
See, I was given. My brother had to work like forever to even get a few days, and I told him like, dude, I've barely been in this company for under a year. I had like 15 days off.
Right. I like jobs where you can earn PTO. Like if you keep coming in,
I wouldn't get shit then.
That's how Reinhardt was like. If you worked a consistent amount of days in a row, you started earning.
No, you know what sucks? You know what's some ass is that like my department now. So I've been at Children's for 5 years. In January, it'll be 5 years, and so now I never like take off. I never like take extended vacation. I'll take like a day here, a day there, whatever. Yeah. But I have 340 hours of PTO built up. I can't use it because we have to have like in the pharmacy you have to have people like it has to be a switch. So I never get the hours. Somebody has to work for you, and then it's like then you have to return the favor and work for them. So I'm like, I'm sitting on all this time. I've built all this time, and now I can't take it. I could sell it back. So like
that might literally be your only benefit.
Every year around Christmas, I just sell back. Like I found like that happy spot because first year I did it, I sold like the max was like 60 hours. I got taxed up the ass, and it was like, it didn't pay. I was like, damn, I just sold a shitload of my PTO, fourth of my PTO at the time or whatever, and I was like, I don't have shit. That like it doesn't show on my check. So I found like that happy every year I sell a little less, and try to see like that maximum return, and now I think I found it. But it's like even that, I'll sell back on my check around Christmas, I'll sell back like 30 hours, and then I'll gain 10 of them back on my check. Like, because we gain like 10 hours.
Nice, though,
yeah, so it's like I only use 20. Yeah. And like that's where my mom is at now. My mom's at Luke's, and she's got like 600 hours.
Yeah,
literally. She's going to Australia. She took a bunch of time off. She's going to Australia like next week. She took like 3 weeks off. But in that 3 weeks, she's going to gain back, I want to say it's like 16 hours. So 2 days. Dude, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's like
she's going to be in Australia for 3 weeks?
Yeah, like 2.5 or something.
That's the shit. That's
and like her friend there, so her friend's husband owns like a stock car racing company.
Oh god.
Like a big like he's like the premier like shit, and
nice.
She's staying with them. They're like fucking multimillionaires over there.
That's nice connections. God
yeah, yeah, they're like.
Yeah, I know somebody else who has extremely like 4 months worth of PTO, which apparently they just can't use at all. Like they tell her apparently, I don't know why, but she already overworked. But they tell her if you're feeling sick, just don't even show up. Like, it's okay, just let us know you're not showing up and don't even worry.
It's cool if a job understands that kind
of
shit.
I mean, that being said, she apparently is being worked for the dog, like, to the bare bones all night.
Still, at least they have the competition, like, they know you're working hard. Listen, like, we understand if you fucking you get tired, shit comes up, just, you know.
I've been fortunate. This company gave me my PTO right away, within 3 months, because I think I started in October of last year, and then by the time it was January, they're like, all right, now you qualify.
Can you use it for, like, days that you call in and shit?
Yep.
Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's what we did.
That's what I did, and I thought I only had like 3 days left because I kept doing it really a lot in a month for this one.
You fucking delinquent.
But I mean,
UPS. Oh yeah, dude, hell yeah, all the time. Calling it like, fuck this, bro. I'm staying and drinking.
So many nights.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, I cannot wait for December, especially since that last week really sucked for work. That was like the worst of the end of it. Dude, working during the week and on the weekends suck. Like 2 jobs during the week sucks. Like that made it worse. I was already able to do Monday through Friday, job A, Saturday, Sunday, job B. I'm like, okay. Working job A and B on one day, and then still doing that formula. Oh, apparently that's all I needed for me to tip over. I was like, fuck.
That's all anybody needs to tip over. I was working 2 full-time jobs for like 6 months.
That's
I hated it.
Crazy. It's so shitty because it's like
60 hours. Or 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Working 80 hours a week.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
It's 4 weeks of working.
That's how old I feel now again. I did that when I was younger, but now I just feel old, like old as shit. I was like, I gotta work 2 jobs.
I mean, your time is worth more than $15 an hour.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Like, my free time is worth more than $15 an hour, personally. Some people might be like, oh, fuck that. Some people are all about money, but I'm like, you gotta have that balance, man. It's not healthy to just work.
No, it's not.
I agree with
No, that's why it's not forever.
That's why it's cool at jobs that some jobs don't understand that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? It sucks in the ones that don't.
I agree with like that whole like get on your grind when you're young mentality, but at the same time, I'm like, you gotta.
You good? You're.
Oh yeah, I was just talking to Jimmy.
Yeah, Darren's double fisting.
That's what I said. Yeah, you guys got one.
It's hard.
He does, dude.
I mean, he's the drink off runner up.
So.
I would have won if your friend didn't come.
I have 5 days off right before Christmas.
Okay, you do whatever. Well, Chris is coming back, so.
What's going on?
Yeah.
He wants to do it too. So that's
off?
why we moved it, I guess.
Yeah. I have.
Drink off? You want to do it this year?
What? Explain this now.
Wait, so have you ever seen? Do you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh shit! Were they right on their shirts?
Yeah.
You guys do that? Oh my god!
Can I do it?
Oh.
Now we already know Christian's gonna get
What day?
fucked.
What day? What day?
We don't know yet. We got to come
sometime
up
in
with.
December.
Yeah.
Dude, I literally have 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks. I can legitimately.
So there we go, dude.
Fuck yeah, bro.
You gotta,
Are you
confirm
gonna
it.
drink Trulies?
I will drink Trulies.
Hey, it has more alcohol content than a beer.
Yeah.
I think it's 5, and then beer's like 4 point something.
That ends so poorly.
Well, like I want to talk to him about like Japan and.
Yeah, when Chris comes back, we'll get him on the podcast.
Sounds like a good plan.
That'll be a wild fucking podcast.
Yeah, that's like I want to get.
He's gonna say some stupid shit, guys.
We're gonna do some Julies.
I thought you said shrooms. I was like,
what the fuck? That doesn't even sound remotely close to what I said.
I always just hear mushrooms. Like people would be like, "Oh,
that would be the
go
one
get
drug.
food." I'm like, mushrooms.
Yeah, you don't do
like,
pot.
no.
You'll do shrooms. Though.
I will try shrooms on this podcast.
It's crazy.
I've
It's.
never done it.
It's insane.
I almost died once, but that's because I laughed too much, and it was honestly the stupidest thing I figured out. I was cutting off circulation to my brain because of how much I kept laughing.
I really
looking at my
I
Xbox.
want to play Smash Brothers.
Bro, I was playing that yesterday.
Dude, we were
on
playing,
shrooms.
We were
Let's play
playing
Smash
2K
Brothers.
on mushrooms.
Dude, I want to play Smash Bros. Right now. Fuck, dude. I beat the shit out of all my nephews yesterday.
All of them grab your shit.
I would have.
Threw the controller down. I was like,
dude, then my brother was like,
his nephews were playing. He was in the corner
yeah, right.
with the baby oil.
That could be taken the wrong way.
When you think your nephews are actually
Why?
playing Smash Brothers.
what do you think of me taking the wrong way? The way he said it is the only wrong way it could have been. I was like, hold on. There's no good way with that scenario, Pascal.
Anytime Christian talks about a group of people playing video games, that's just what I'm gonna picture. Him in the corner with the baby oil.
With yoga pants.
Quickly, zip up my backpack pocket. I want you to see what's on the side compartment.
Oh, he got this planned out.
He got that Astro Glide. He
Got that old Nintendo lube.
He got the Zeds.
The joints of their old controllers.
He's like this. He's like, this feels like a great night.
A lean night.
Today will be my cheat day.
Hold up, put the mic next to the butt so we can hear all the smacks. The cakes. Wait, 4 seconds of silence. Alright,
What, she farts? Yeah.
This looks like Osama bin Laden, though.
Talking about the author of that self-help book. Dude, he's been dude,
Damon's uncle.
fucking Dion's been getting help from ISIS so along.
Bro, this ain't a self-help book. I'm about to...
Bro,
I got an assault rate.
the first chapter is how
That's
to
the
fucking...
propaganda, dog.
First chapter is how do you sneak into the White House? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
First chapter is
Do you have
7.
the courage
Oh
to
wait, I
take out
think
the
I grabbed the
president?
wrong
Look at
book.
It's chapter 8 is like, all right, Pentagon's listening to your phone. What would you do? Let me tell you about what happened to me.
See, we can talk about that because Christian got that tape on there. So
Bro, you know what's funny? I literally just watched have you guys seen on YouTube Linus Tech Tips? And you don't have to watch his videos, but he's a very popular YouTuber as far as technology. He's got like 3 channels that have over 1 million just based on nerd shit. He just recently talked about if your webcams can they hack you and do that shit. Yes, they can.
yeah.
Very easily. And what sucks is they're like, all right, well, you know, if you have a light up, the minute it's activated, it lights that shit up. Like, oh, that's a good plan. I don't have that. So I wouldn't know when it's recording.
Right.
And some people legitimately found out that they can actually get into the phone's, the camera software, turn that part off.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Dude, and they can. The guy literally at that point, again, who knows everything about like tech, computers, all the nerd shit that confuse you, was like, taping it up and literally covering it is the best way that they can at least see you. It was like, that's the stupidest shit. If you literally block the one camera they can hack into right there, it doesn't protect your phone, but I'm like, if you literally do that, I was like, wow.
Just some dude at the Pentagon jerking off to you.
He's like,
Ooh, he put the gel in.
he's telling me so. I was like, all right, got you.
And he likes the same stuff I do. Furries. Oh shit. He got the suit on, bro.
My fraternity is Night Wolf.
I'm telling you, bro. He is part
Bro,
of
he's
shit.
a part of it.
He has a fraternity.
Shut up, White Possum.
No, he's like
Harry, bro.
So he
owns it
Like,
now.
Harry.
Yeah, now you own it.
Well, I fucking have to now.
White
I
Possum.
fucking gave you White Possum.
I'm the White Possum.
All right. Yeah, it's White Possum.
Actually, can I be a trash?
If we can get somebody who's a good enough artist
Sure.
to draw furries
Trash
for us,
I want
just
to
like
be
to
trash.
draw
I want to
them.
be a trash panda.
What's your favorite Marvel movie?
Oh, Blade.
What?
That's not a Marvel
Oh.
movie.
No, that is.
Blade is not a Marvel movie.
Blade is a Marvel character.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No,
Blade.
he's not.
I'm talking about from like.
Yeah, Avengers.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
being smart. You gave me options.
Yeah, I know, but.
You made the. You
When he
made the.
just called me trash.
Let me see. Marvel movie. Dude, honestly, Captain America's Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one.
I just
That
watched
that
that.
was the shit. That's super good espionage.
Wakanda forever.
Well, of
Yeah.
course.
Right?
Actually, I think I have to go with Black Panther too.
Right, dude.
Killmonger's the shit.
I didn't like.
Vibranium?
Bro,
Come on now.
What? That wasn't
It's
Civil
just-
War first.
That's like some Iron Man shit. That's like he's on a
That is
they're on a
exact-
different
That's what
level.
Captain America's shoes made out of, bro.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why Black Panther's a shit.
Yeah.
It
That-
combines the
that-
captain.
Killmonger's
together.
better than Black Panther though.
No,
Better
no,
than
no, no, no.
T'Challa.
Yeah, yeah.
Killmonger.
Oh yeah. He's
That being
super-
said, I
he's
didn't
smart.
like the very ending of that part. Like, I didn't like his plan. It just seemed to me, I'm
All
like,
I know is that one part, dude. That
He's the
one
next
part I-
Denzel. That's why he killed the part. He's
Who?
basically the next Denzel.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
He's the shit,
yeah,
dude.
he
Yeah.
is. He's
But,
good.
He's the next fucking. That's why
Um,
he made that part good.
No, the one part, man. I got choked up when he was like, "Throw me in the ocean." My ancestors who knew that.
Oh yeah, they were fighting that battle. Yeah.
When he died, that's when he died.
You got choked up by that? I was like,
I was like,
cheese with this wine.
"That's because you're a bitch."
Sorry.
Don't
Sorry, I
know.
also don't like Grey's Anatomy, Dion.
It's
not my fucking flavor.
Anatomy.
No.
No, because
Sorry.
Because
Gilmore Girls.
Furries, right?
God. Anyways. No, I didn't like it originally because I think what happened was I saw Civil War, and dude, Black Panther in Civil War was dope. He was like Batman
Yeah,
in
he
that
was.
movie.
That was when they first
He was
introduced
just
him.
beating the
He was-
shit out of people. He was like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm
Like, he would have killed Winter Soldier if
Oh, yeah.
Captain America.
Yeah, easily. But the thing is, I thought that was so cool. So when he got his own movie, my expectations were badass, not the movie itself being very good. So the character itself was okay, not as badass as he was in the movie, because it was like a weird life challenge for him, because he's already king. Essentially, he got like the ending of what his first movie would be. I gotta fight for the crown, but that's not.
I just think it was silly that like they introduced Black Panther as this fucking badass. He's already established he has the mantle of the Black Panther. At least he earned it in that movie and shit like that. But then they bring out Black Panther, and now it's coming to a full circle again. Where it's like, oh, now he's got to figure out if he's worthy of the Black Panther.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah.
we already established that you're already a fucking badass.
What's
Be a
your
badass.
favorite? What's your favorite
He
Marvel
said.
movie?
He said.
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
he
you
said
did.
Thor Ragnarok.
He has both of us.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Oh, look, it has my
'Cause he
favorite. It
loses.
has my favorite scene, bro. When he awakens his powers. No, when he awakens his powers, and the hell is asking like what he's the god of, and then like he actually awakens his powers. That's not a song that plays. But yeah, just it's a cinematic fucking beauty, bro. Like he jumps down, Loki's smiling and shit. Then he takes out a whole army because he actually is a god.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like
Because
it's
the whole.
yeah, but it was so dope because in that, and then Valkyrie comes out. She's like walking slow motion towards it. It's just dope as fuck. The whole scene is just awesome, bro. And the director for that movie is the shit. I forgot his name, but shit.
Taika Waititi.
I like
Yeah.
honestly, I like the girl though.
Hey,
She's
hold on.
fucking badass.
Valkyrie?
Like
Speaking of funny things,
She took
they-
a whole army,
continuity
like,
error
okay.
because of that movie. That movie created a continuity error or a weird like a fuck up that they actually admitted.
What?
So you remember how Captain America? Okay, spoiler for Endgame. Is far from here.
The Endgame's
I
been
know.
out for
Yeah,
almost a
for
year.
real, there's
I
no
must say,
spoilers.
All right, fine, fine,
Hey,
fine.
here's a spoiler. If you haven't seen it, you fucking suck.
Yeah, for
Just
real.
Like, Jesus, fuck, man.
So when Cap picks up the hammer and he has lightning, technically, and what Thor Ragnarok taught was that the lightning didn't come from the hammer; it came from Thor.
Yeah.
And so when Captain America started getting the hammer, he was using like Mortal Kombat style Raiden powers.
Oh.
And he was technically, and then the directors actually wrote, yeah, we kind of fucked up because of that part. And they said, it was like, that's the one thing you guys got us on. But they thought,
Yeah,
he's
when-
finally holding the hammer. We're going to give him something cool.
Yeah, you know exactly.
they said
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I knew something was wrong when Jenny was like, "Well, Thor should have. He's the lightning god, so why?" And then I was like, "All right, someone
You know what?
fucked up bad." She caught that.
Speaking of which, all right, so talking about the hammer, what do you guys think in when there was everyone was trying to hold the camera up in Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. Do you think that Cap could have lifted it at that point in that movie?
No, because he would have.
No. That's what you think?
Huh. Wait, say that again.
Okay, so when they were having a drinking
contest,
have you seen
Age of Ultron?
Yeah, I've seen.
Remember they were trying to pick up. He's like, only those who are worthy can move it. They're like, he's trying to do the Iron Man suit. Everyone's like,
but nothing was on the line. Like they were fighting Thanos. Like that's what
made
him.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You remember when Captain did it? It budged.
Did it?
Yeah, it
did.
I didn't know.
No,
I thought it didn't move at all.
You can see in Thor's face. He smiles, and when he moves, he goes. Then he doesn't move, and he starts laughing. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
because he's like all nervous.
It makes this noise.
But then that makes sense though. He wasn't worthy there because it wasn't needed. That you know what I mean? Like he wasn't needed to be worthy.
To be honest, this is my theory.
One mustache.
This is my theory.
One mustache.
This is only because it's not proven.
Blade. The best part.
He got half a chug.
Dude,
Like,
if the new Blade
back
has
to
a
Blade.
the new Blade has a mustache, I will be a little annoyed. I was like, dude, you failed me, Disney. You failed me.
That would make
Disney's making a new Dragon Ball Z movie. They have so much of my life in their hands right now.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. Alright, so we're currently showing the Age of Ultron scene with Captain America lifting.
Oh, it did move a little
His
bit.
face is like, oh shit.
See,
See?
you know,
But it wasn't on the line.
No,
I agree with that.
Crazy.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Now I say,
I never even noticed that. Sorry, my bad.
as you see,
You're watching
he also
movies, just
quit
being
picking
stupid.
it up right away. He quit right away. This is what
That's
I
a
think.
captain.
This is what I think. He actually saw that he was about to lift it and decided not to because that would have made the night and that would have made it awkward. Again, Thor was just saying exactly that minute, bragging to everybody. This guy is still a Boy Scout to this point a bit. So he's like, He just thought, I literally just picked up the one toy that this dude said nobody could pick up. I'm like, no.
But that's a sign of a captain, though. You know what I mean? Like,
but
that's
again,
good.
it's a sign of his
That's a
personality.
good thing.
already.
Holy shit, that's a
Only
good theory too.
because
I like that.
That's who he is. He wouldn't be the guy to like, I can pick up your shit too. That's something.
When he
Iron
took
Man-
it for
That
Thanos,
makes-
he was
you know
like,
what?
I'm stealing. I
You
don't
know,
give a fuck if
you know
you're
what makes me
feeling
believe
that.
that? You know what makes me
Thor
believe
said
that? But you know what makes me believe that?
Thor said
Everyone
it.
else, when they're trying to lift it up, it just showed like, whatever they're struggling, they just cut off to like the next person going, right?
Yeah.
The captain, it showed Thor's
It
reaction,
moved, yeah.
but then instead of just having him where like, Thor's reaction, and then he just couldn't move it and he moved to the next person, they showed Captain going like, and he just let it go.
See how he did
So
that
you know
face?
what?
He's
Yeah.
like, but also, Thor also kind of... He didn't officially confirm it because it's not confirmed. But again, Thor said this. I knew it.
Yeah.
So it could be that when
It
he
was
saw...
that moment.
He knew that he
Because they had the camera angle right at Thor while he was...
Like
Well,
I
they were
said,
hinting towards
so they
Endgame
made it...
movies.
Yeah, they were always
for
hinting it, but the thing
real.
is, they made it... Thor probably thought, holy shit, could this dude have just lifted this up right when I just said nobody else could? Because in that exact same movie, somebody else did it. Right away, easily. Sentry. Vision.
You probably know this though. So only the Hammer's the only one that like you have to be worthy to hold it, right? Not Stormbreaker. Anyone can wield Stormbreaker, right? Because Thanos catches it.
What?
And when I saw it at first, I was like, that doesn't make no sense. Because like, why could Thanos lift it? Because the only other people you see holding Stormbreaker are either Thor or Captain America.
That's an excellent point. That's a good one. But yeah, you know
No,
what?
but I'm pretty sure it's just because
Technically,
the Hammer's the only one that got
blessed.
Yeah, that's about to
The only one
say,
that got
'cause Odin's
blessed.
the one that yeah.
There's the other one that got the whisper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you be real good to him.
But you know what's
You
fucked up?
treat
Here's
him
the
real
thing about Endgame. Thor got fat. It's because because he didn't know that they can go back in time and shit. But like Thor with Stormbreaker is stronger than Thanos with all the fucking Infinity Stones. Because remember at the end, he is at the end of Infinity War when he gets him in the chest, he comes down and Thanos uses all 6 stones to shoot him, and the fucking Stormbreaker just cuts through like butter and just goes right through.
That being said,
No, dude.
it's how it was being used.
Yeah, but
remember he shot
doesn't
from
matter.
away.
But it's still 6 Infinity Stones.
I'm not denying that.
It's just
Five,
not anything.
what the fuck am I saying? 6 for 5.
Dude, did you see what he did on those other things with just using one of the stones? Like
That's what I'm saying. So imagine all 6 being used at once.
But it was being used like a beam.
Five.
I'm just saying. He's just using it as a.
No, but you think the only reason? Okay, here's the thing you're forgetting though. You're talking about an actual blast from it, right?
Yeah.
But
It's like a final
but
flash.
here's
Like a Kamehameha.
No, the only
energy bomb.
no, but yeah, you guys are saying that like mitigating, like kind of like saying, it's not nothing. But think about it. The snap is the only thing that's powerful because it kills half the people. But it's not like that's just the full potential of the stones. And I don't even know that's the full potential. That's what he wants. He snaps his fingers and he can wipe out half.
I feel like you're right.
No, but it's not unleashing the power in a physical form of the 6 power of the Infinity or the 5 Infinity Stones.
Deleting everything.
No, I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The snap is the ultimate thing that the stones can do, right?
Yeah.
It's not a physical power. It can kill half. But I'm talking about, you take the power of
all
the
of them
and just shoot it in a butt. Dude, he did it.
And the guy, and
Thor did that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Thanos did that shit because like I maybe desperation. He's like, fuck that. I need to, and then because even didn't they say the dude who plays Tyrion Lannister, he's a dwarf. He's a big dwarf in the movie. Who gives him Stormbreaker. He makes Stormbreaker.
Oh yeah.
Didn't they even say like when they were talking about Stormbreaker, it's the only weapon that can beat Thanos?
Did he say that?
No, they say Thor's like the only way I can beat Thanos with this weapon.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, that's how strong Thor is, bro. Damn. But because he's fat in the movie, he's out of shape. He's not as powerful. He's not in the most powerful form. So that's why the movie would Endgame would have been over like that, bro.
If he was,
Thor.
Yeah,
I would have.
That is true.
That's a good theory. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Because he was going through so much.
But also
mental
Scarlet Witch
shit.
could have killed him too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she was the only one. See, the thing is this.
And Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel's a
she can
fucking beast, dude.
She was good,
she just goes through
but Thor,
like
Scarlet Witch, I think is stronger than Captain Marvel in a different sense. As far as offense, Scarlet Witch has the game because defense and offense, Captain Marvel has it because she can like protect herself from literally like a headbutt with that energy, but she can also dish out punches. So I think that's like she's got good defense and offense. Scarlet Witch has a better offense but the problem is she still gets mollywopped every now and then by a random.
Yeah, but you remember in Age of Ultron she just became enhanced. So she's still learning her power, and I think in Endgame she's kind of at her peak. Like she actually.
Do you guys want to know how powerful she is in the comics?
That's how Captain Marvel was.
She said this. No more mutants, and she has the power without a stone to shape reality, and literally made an entire series. Like, dude, the mutants became extinct. It wasn't like racism anymore. There was no one there.
Right.
There was like, if there used to be half a couple, like 3 million mutants, there was 1,000 all over the planet.
Right.
That's fucking nothing, and she did it because she was like upset and just said no more mutants. That's how powerful she ends up being. Yeah. So they might be doing that here.
It's like on Monday when my fantasy team was just like, Haskell's not going to score any more points. And I
lost
beat you
by
by
1 point this motherfucker. I had to bring that shit up. But yeah, they can't bring those fucking powers into like.
Well, they might already be doing it because they're literally her movie. She's a part of the new Doctor Strange, and it's called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange could beat Thanos too.
No, he tried.
No, you could.
I think Doctor Strange can only know what he could do. Or know what people can do.
I think without
he tried. What do you mean? He had a one-on-one fight with him, and he lost.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Without all the Infinities, I don't think.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Here's the fucking thing. People like to overstate Hulk all the time. Hulk lost to fucking Thanos without no Infinity Stones.
Oh,
I'm just saying, bro.
You know what? That's why they're saying that he, when they broke the glove, how is it that he didn't get killed, or why is it that he didn't end up or why was it a struggle for him when he's the strongest guy for him? They were trying to definitely make him not look super weak, but they wanted to make sure that it was still consistent the way he got his ass whooped by Thanos in the beginning, prior to the stones. So it's just saying that Thanos could survive that stones because he honestly had more stones than fucking Hulk. It almost killed him, but for Banner, it like really almost killed him. But then for obviously Tony, fucking super dead.
Oh yeah.
But that's why I was like, oh yeah. That's why they just recently revealed that that's why that dude is or Hulk was really injured in the last part. Yeah. The fucked up part is that trailer that released for Infinity War when they said the Hulk fought at the end. Yeah. That might have been real footage at the time. He was supposed to turn to Smart Hulk in the Hulkbuster suit at the end of it, but they said they're not going to do that because the whole point of the ending felt like it was a loss for them. Yeah. That would have been a random ass win. And they said it was like it just ruined the theme of the fight. So they thought we're just gonna do it off screen, I guess, because it just helped the shit.
Yeah, I get it.
I was like, oh, that's okay. I mean, that would have been cool. He literally just fucking I can read a book and smash.
Yeah,
but
the movie was good though.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new series, dude. They're
sounds like the life. Read a book and smash.
That's gonna be like the '80s version of like Netflix and chill.
I like how
you ever read a book and smash? Why are they talking like that?
Why does the whole guy read this accent now?
Read this chapter while you get on top.
I think you would be the one reading, right?
To be.
Hold it for me though. I was like, did you forget my glasses? You must not want it.
This podcast is falling off the rails.
Yeah, we fell way off our topic.
Dude, so far.
Yeah, we started saying, can we stick to a topic? Yeah, fuck yeah.
And we
haven't stuck to a single
like,
fucking topic.
No, today we were on topic for what, like maybe
most
like
of
8 minutes?
No.
We were, yeah.
No, to be honest, today, as far as listening to everything else from last week,
I think this has been
better.
probably the best as far as
The
like
only problem
trying to
is,
stay.
literally, this means I have to re-listen to an hour worth of shit. So that's what.
Dude, we're gonna keep
You're
going.
young Jamie, bro. We're gonna
talk
for the position you
All
got.
I know is, I don't know if this whole thing will stay on there.
We're gonna talk about Elon Tusk and
Let's reserve some shit for next week.
Wait, it's a new episode?
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, that can be a good joke. God damn it.
Never mind. It's a Rick and Morty
Why
reference.
don't you see it?
Elon Man.
Monday?
Wait, tomorrow,
Episode
Thursday?
3.
Oh,
You saw
yeah,
it.
yeah, oh,
Elon
yeah.
Tusk.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck am I? Yeah, okay, I got you, yeah.
Rick Sanchez, you son of a bitch. I'm in. I've been saying that at work whenever someone asks me something. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm in.
That's what I was like.
All
Alright, you know what I gotta do?
You know what's funny? Like, you gotta live the life and re-listen to it, so you're like wasting more life.
He's gonna die sooner now.
Yeah,
So thank
you
you.
wasted carbon footprint going down every time.
Darren, thank you for pointing out my invisible battle that Dion doesn't realize. Like, no, we can keep recording. I was like, yeah, I know we can keep recording. And
You're wasting this boy's life.
you're gonna record like a fucking 4-hour movie here, and I'm like, wait, dude, only 30 minutes is going out. And I was like, I hope you didn't say a lot of important shit.
Whatever.
Nah, but yeah, I think it's got a good enough content
I'm
right here.
recording now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We can space
All right,
park.
hold on. Let's say a legitimate ending. Who wants to do it?
Go ahead.
What the fuck do you
Just do
say?
the ending.
I don't know how to do an ending.
You watch podcasts all the time. Do an ending.
That doesn't mean I know how to end it. They
End
just be
it.
like, when I watch Tyson, they're just like, and that's a
No,
wrap.
bro. You know, here's the problem. They all end with their fucking sponsors. We don't got none of those. So
We
that's
can
the
make
only
some
examples we got, bro.
Thank you.
God,
I want to thank our
right,
sponsors.
Henry's
Thank you very much. I want to thank our sponsors, Henry Soda, for supplying the intoxication. Zin,
Which is the
nicotine
shit.
pouches, which is the shit that Christian can't handle because he's a little bitch. So, yeah.
right
I want to
there,
thank Rick and Morty, Rick's Gym, shaker bottles. You know, you want to make gains like Rick.
Fiji
Elon
water.
gave me a book named Courage by Osama bin Laden.
It's not by Osama bin Laden.
You guys all have a great
He's like
weekend
that.
or whatever day you're on, and we'll catch you guys next time.
He's
Shut
like
the
Bill
fuck
Always
up.
on.